Welcome to Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 best class setups to be using after the update. There was quite a bit of weapon tuning, and some of the weapons that I included in this top 5 may surprise you. I was definitely surprised when I saw they buffed some weapons that I honestly haven't used in months. Now quickly, make sure you guys are subscribed with all those notifications on, because some of the weapons that I cover in this top 5, I'll have gameplays to go along with them in future uploads, or if there's some weapons that I did not put in my top 5, there will be gameplays with those as well. And do me a solid, this helps you guys out in any sort of way. It'll probably help others out. So click that thumbs up button. It really does help push the video. It gives us more exposure. It takes seconds of your guys' time to click that thumbs up button. Without further ado, here is class setup number 1. Are you tired of performing poorly while gaming? Or are you just tired in general? Try Sneak Energy. Sneak gives you what you need to do more of what you love longer with zero sugar, no crash, and no artificial flavors. Sneak has 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is more than enough to get your head back into the game. And there's 15 colorful and tasteful flavors. Now, if you guys are new to Sneak, I highly recommend trying the starter pack, which gives you 9 flavors and a free shaker cup to drink out of. Now, my favorite flavor that I recommend you guys trying is blue raspberry. This one is amazing. I'll click the link in the description down below to check out Sneak Energy. Like I said, there's gonna be quite a bit of surprises in this top 5, and we're starting off with one of those, and that is the STB556, which received the largest buff out of any of the other weapons in the Season 3 update. What they did was increase all damage ranges for this weapon. So overall, it just deals a lot more damage and kills a lot more quickly. So starting off with the attachments and tuning, we have on the Bruin Q900 grip. I get sprint to fire speed, which allows the weapon to come up quicker after sprinting, and I get ADS speed, so I can be a lot more quick and snappy. Next, we have the 42 round magazine. Like I said, they increase the damage ranges. The weapon's gonna be stronger, so this is more than enough. I'll be able to take out multiple enemies without having to reload. For the underbarrel, I have on the F-Tac Ripper. This is by far the best underbarrel for recoil control and accuracy. It just makes your weapon an absolute laser beam, and that's what I was looking for, and that's exactly what I got throwing this on. Next, we have the Bruin Tarraco 686 barrel. I get sound suppression, so I'm off the radar. Enemies don't know where I'm at, but also we get bullet velocity and damage range, which is going to extend the effectiveness of our STB even further than it already got increased due to the buff. So this is going to be an absolute powerhouse of a class setup. And then we also get a little bit more recoil control, which is always very nice. And then my final attachment is the Simline Pro Optic. Hey, the iron sights on this are atrocious. I do not recommend using them. So throw on something. My personal favorite is this one. Now for the tuning, starting with the rear grip, I tuned it for ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. So I just dedicated this attachment to making my weapon a lot more quick. You can't tune your magazine, so that leaves us with our underbarrel we could tune. I did a recoil stabilization and aim walking speed. I love the aim walking speed. You can strafe quicker when you're ADSing, and it just makes it way more challenging for the enemies to land shots on you. The tuning on the barrel, I did recoil steadiness and damage range. So the damage range is going to allow my weapon to take less shots to kill at longer ranges. And then the tuning on the optic, I did ADS speed, and then the bottom slider I left completely alone. Now, if you guys want to get these exact numbers alongside the rest of the weapons we're going to cover, make sure you guys plug in a mouse into your system, and that's how I get my specific tuning numbers, or you could use the D-pad on your controller. It takes a little bit more time, but it's also very effective, and you could easily get these numbers I have here. Now, I'll quickly take this thing to the firing range and just show you guys, like, dude, a laser beam. It does that while doing more damage because it got buffed. This might be the new best AR. Now, the reason I say might be is because Attack 56 just got better. Yes, better. They increased the headshot damage. The weapon was already good. I don't know why we're doing that, but I'll take it. I love this thing. So here's the attachments and tuning on this. Starting off, we have the Demo Clean Shot Grip, very similar to the STB. You get sprint to fire speed and ADS speed for throwing this grip on. I increased my magazine size from 30 to 40. 60 is a little OD, and it makes your weapon very, very slow. You really don't need it, especially after they increase the headshot damage. Trust me, 40 is gonna be more than enough. I have on the FSS Sharkfin 90 underbarrel. That's gonna further increase my accuracy and recoil control. What I love so much about this is you don't really need too much of an increase in it, but with this, you get just enough, and there's no cons. There's no downsides to making your weapon more accurate with this underbarrel. Love it. And then you'll see the tunings a little bit for that. Next, I have the 17.5-inch Tundra Pro barrel. I get damage range and bullet velocity, which is just going to make my TAC 56 way more effective at those longer range engagements. And then finally, I have on the TV X-Line Pro stock, where I get sprint speed, so I'm overall just a lot lighter on my feet. I can get from point A to point B quicker, and even more ADS speed. How could you hate on it? Now for the tuning, starting with the rear grip, I did ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. Once again, pretty much identical to the tuning I had on the rear grip for my STB. We have the magazine, which you can't tune. The tuning on the underbarrel, I did ADS speed and aim walking speed. So again, just pure speed because this weapon's already strong and very, very accurate. So I'm just trying to make it a lot more quicker. And once we head to the firing range, you're gonna see it's just the perfect class for it. The tuning on the barrel, I did recoil steadiness and damage range. Once again, the exact same tunings I had on the STB. They're both ARs. The builds are gonna be very, very similar. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then finally, the tuning on the stock, ADS speed, aim walking speed once again. So if we take this to the firing range, I mean, dude, hello. Doesn't move, very powerful. It's quick, it's snappy. What's better, the STB or the TAC 56? Let me know down below. Now, straying away from the ARs, we have one of the best SMGs after the update, the BAS-P. I can't believe I'm saying it, man. I used to hate on this weapon all the time, but this got the biggest buff out of any of the other SMGs in the game. They increased the speed so the weapon's a little quicker, and just like the STB, they increase all damage ranges. So overall, this weapon's a lot more stronger and kills quicker. It's BAS-P season, man. Can't believe it. So starting off, we have on the Bruin Flash V4 stock. I'm going to take those buffs that the weapon received, and I'm going to run with them. I'm going to make them even better. So like I said, we got a little bit of an increase in the speed on the weapon, so I decided to do it even more. We got sprint speed, aim walking speed, ADS speed. This thing flies, and you're going to see that in the firing range. Next, I have on the FSS Shark Fin underbarrel, very similar to our TAC 56. The recoil control is already pretty good, but I just need a little bit more of a boost, so I had to throw this on. For the muzzle, I have on the FTAC Castle Comp. Man, when you pair this with any underbarrel, it's unbelievable, man. Recoil control is not a single problem. We get horizontal and vertical recoil control when we put this on. Oh, so good. Next, we have on the 12-inch Bruin SZ barrel. I get bullet velocity and damage range. So like I said, we're taking those buffs and we're running with them. This is going to make our BAS-P even more effective than it already has been due to the buff. The BAS-P, this thing's amazing. I can't believe it's actually BAS-P season. We also get recoil control as well. So not only is our weapon strong, but it's, I mean, very, very accurate with all the attachments we've thrown on thus far. I have on the VLK Laser 7MW where I get ADS speed and sprint to fire speed. So instead of throwing on a rear grip like we did for the past few weapons, I threw this on. And on top of that, I get aiming stability. So I get to further the accuracy of my weapon. Such a great laser to have on. And the only downside is your laser is visible, which I'll take it because I'm getting all these awesome pros. And then for the tuning, starting with the stock, I did ADS speed and aim walking speed. The tuning on the underbarrel, I did recoil stabilization and aim walking speed. The tuning on the muzzle, we did recoil stabilization and gun kick control. So I fully dedicated my muzzle to making my weapon's recoil very, very manageable. The tuning on the barrel, I did recoil steadiness and damage range. So this thing's going to be so powerful at those medium to long range engagements. And we may be able to take out some of those other SMGs in the game due to the tunings on this barrel. The tuning on the laser, I did sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. And then I'm pretty sure I might be going in circles here. We might have already showed the stock tunings. But dude, take this thing to the firing range. Oh, it has everything you could possibly ask for. It's speedy. The magazine's only a 30, but man, oh man, dude, you are flying. The accuracy is great. New best SMG. I may get some flack for that, but man, they buffed this thing in all the right ways. Now, speaking of best SMGs, we have the VAZNEV 9K next, which they actually decrease the headshot damage. So it does less damage to the head. I don't think that fully kills this thing, but you know, it's something to consider. So here is the attachments and tuning I had on this. I have the true TAC grip where I get sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. Self-explanatory. It's kind of a common theme with some of my setups here. We have the 45 round magazine, so we got to take out multiple enemies without having to reload. We have the Shark Fin 90 underbarrel. This thing is already very, very accurate. You don't, honestly, you probably don't even need this, but I like to throw it on just to help those of you who may not be able to control recoil to the best of their ability. Next, we have the Lockshot KT85. Recoil is negative, man. I mean, it completely goes away. You get horizontal and vertical recoil control, laser beam. It's the least of your worries when you're using this weapon. And then my final attachment is my favorite attachment, the broadside FCT stock. I get aiming stability, so it does further that accuracy of the weapon. And I get ADS speed, so I'm able to be quick and snappy with it. And then sprint speed, so I can just kind of maneuver around the map a lot more quickly. The tuning, starting with the rear grip, I did recoil steadiness and sprint to fire speed, which is, you know, a little bit of best of both worlds there. The tuning on the underbarrel, recoil stabilization and aim walking speed. And then the Lockshot muzzle, I decided to do recoil stabilization and gun kick control. Very similar to the way we tuned the FTAC Castle comp on our Bass P, just fully tuning it for the recoil control. And then the stock tunings, I did aim walking steadiness. So my weapon's just a lot more steady, a lot more easy to manage anytime I am, you know, just kind of walking around the map. And then I also tuned it for the bottom slider, aim walking speed. Oh my God, beautiful combination. Not only am I quick when I'm aiming and walking, but I'm also going to be very steady with my weapon. Beautiful combination. Take this thing to the firing range, man. It really doesn't need too much time on this thing because, I mean, everyone knows it's the VAZNEV. Again, quick. The recoil control is non-existent, so if you worry about recoil control, you don't got to worry about it on this. It's unbelievable. And I think I'm saving the best for last here. I have the KASTOV 74U, which I think still remains to be the best weapon here in Modern Warfare 2. Didn't get buffed, didn't get nerfed. They left it completely alone, and this thing's amazing at all given ranges. So here's my build for it. Starting off on the 45-round magazine. Once again, it just allows me to go for some crazy feeds and clips. I could take out so many enemies without having to reload due to its high damage. I have on the Phase 3 grip, which gives me a massive increase in accuracy and recoil control, so I can actually use this at longer range engagements and be successful because the recoil control is manageable. The stocks are so bad on this gun, they're horrible. So I throw in the Echoless 80 muzzle, which gives me bullet velocity and damage range, and it pretty much acts like a barrel. So that's the main reason I throw this on. I have on the FSS LEV laser. I get aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed alongside with even more aiming stability. Once again, this is kind of like a must-have on almost all your SMGs in this game. It is just so good. It gives you a little bit of everything, and it makes it just so much better of a weapon, no matter what you're using. And then finally, I have on the Ultrazat stock, where I get aim walking speed, so I'm able to strafe a lot more quickly, just making it a lot more challenging for the enemies to land shots on me, and I get sprint speed, so I'm just overall a lot lighter on my feet. The tuning on the underbarrel, I did recoil stabilization, aiming idle stability. You can see the accuracy on the tuning chart is literally just maxed out. It is unbelievable. The tuning on the muzzle, I did recoil smoothness and bullet velocity, so this can reach those further ranges. Again, this is a hybrid of a weapon. You could use this very up close or at a very long distance. That's what's so good about the KASTOV 74U. And then the tuning on the LEV laser, I actually just completely left it alone. I didn't really find a reason to tune it. And once we get into the firing range, you're gonna see it's literally perfect. So no need to tune the laser. And then the tuning on the stock, I did aim down sight speed and aim walking speed. So once again, plug in a mouse to your systems. It's the best way to get these numbers, or you could use the D-pad. It's whatever you want. Just try to do within like 3 points of the tuning and you should be good to go. Take this thing to the firing range and bro, I mean, it's still the weapon. Look at that. Like, hello? Even at that range down there, like, we were able to take out the enemy very easily. KASTOV 74U overall, man, it's SMG, AR, anything you want it to be, and you could do very well with it. And then here's an overview of the rest of my class setup from the tactical, lethal, perk package, and the field upgrades. It stays the same no matter what weapon I'm using, and you could clearly see that across the board. And then I can quickly give you guys the hand cannon loadout because it is literally the best secondary weapon in this game. Give it a go, try it out for yourselves. Let me know in the comments any weapons I should have included in this top 5 or that you would have included, and I'll see you in the next upload, only if you guys are subscribed with all the notifications on. Again, we got some gameplays coming out with some of these setups and other weapons I didn't include, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys all stay safe, have a great day, and I'm out. Peace. All right, is this update out?